Now that we talking about this drag game shit, I guess I'll give y'all a little bit of story time, right? So I would classify myself as a neurodivergent. I'm a little bit on the spectrum and I take things very literally. Now, back in the day, not now, but back in the day, I used to think that people who wanted to be my friend or position themselves as guys who wanted to be my boyfriend, like I always thought that they would be looking out for my best interest, because why would someone want to attach themselves to me and do me wrong, right? And there is this misconception that people are so fucking slow whole time. They're just taking you at face value. And the reason why I would do that is because that's how I used to show up in the world. But as time went along, I realized that everybody doesn't operate like you, right? Every single relationship that I've been in has been abusive, but I'm gonna talk about this one specifically. I remember I got with this guy who was seemingly the nice guy, right? And everything started out great. But then over time, as I started to develop myself as a woman and to gain my power, this person obviously became very jealous. Now, he didn't overtly come out with the tactics. He was a covert narcissist. But over time, I started to realize certain kind of things about myself that just didn't exist before. When I first got with this man, I was super confident. I would big up different women. I was just, I just was my confident self. Like, I didn't feel like, anybody's beauty took away from mine and blah, blah, blah. But I experienced a huge change with this man, and he would say stuff about certain women and I was expected to brush it off. He would do certain kind of stuff online and I also was expected to brush that off. He would watch porn and do all of the things. Again, I was expected to brush that off. And he would triangulate me with other women, which in turn made me jealous. And again, I was supposed to brush that off. Well, no, let me rephrase that. I wasn't supposed to brush that off. Whole time he was gauging how much emotional and psychological abuse I could actually take. And while these things are weird, I didn't think to myself, this is abuse. But it is. You don't just wake up one day assuming that the person that you're with is going to be emotionally or psychologically abusive to you. And you also don't pick up on it right away. So I slowly caught on over time. And it was this one moment when I realized what he was doing. He was mentioning another woman in her business and how great it was over the phone. And what he expected me to do was react. But I didn't. And I can hear the panic in his voice. And he mentioned it again, almost verbatim. And I said, oh, okay, I heard you the first time. I think in that moment, that was the first time that he realized I was on to him. But as women, we need so much proof. So yes, I stayed longer than I was supposed to. I say all of that to say all abuse does not come in the form of a fist. And every abuser doesn't have a scowl on his face talking to you disrespectfully. Sometimes where you receive the most abuse comes from someone very covert and very unassuming.